You know what I found out about that intro, Sam?
What's that?
Is that whenever we hit record and then I actually watch it back on YouTube later on when it's finished doing its processing and stuff,
Yes.
half of it's cut off. Why is that?
Even after we've already been on?
Yeah. Like it'll come in like remember the one we used to have with the explosion?
Yeah.
Every video that's how it started. It was just a like you didn't hear the song before, you just heard the anywho.
That's weird.
How are you, my friend?
Hey, I'm awake. This is early for me, bro. Right?
This is early for it is I don't know when do you usually because Monday is generally our film day. You and
Yeah.
I will usually film on this day, so obviously we're not doing that now because we're doing the podcast, this new podcast on Monday. So I'm excited that we're doing it, but when are we going to start? When are we going to be able to fill in film is what I meant to say. When are we going to be able to film now that we've got all these podcasts happening all the time?
That is a question I don't have an answer for because I just woke up.
All right. It's it's good to
Well,
have you back. It's good to have you back.
oh, thank you, bro.
Anyway, I'm going to be curious to see if anybody shows up for this thing.
Is anybody in here
Do
yet?
we? I don't know if we do. It's a good question. And I normally don't wear my hat backwards, guys. I mean, it's not
You
really
look
my.
pretty enough. It's fine.
It's not my cup of tea. Thanks, man. So this is our first Q&A for Monday. We used to have a podcast for those of you who are joining us for the first time,
First time.
which that looks like there's maybe 3 people here. Uh,
Oh, hi everybody.
it's early. It's early for us. I don't know where you guys are at, but it's early for us. We used to have a podcast on Wednesday called Wait What. We decided to just do Q&As because Sam and I had so much fun doing them. And then we just expanded it to today. You know what? I just watched our thing and I don't think the intro showed up at all. It
Really?
just goes right into us. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
And we'd already started talking, right?
Hmm. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe when it comes back, when we watch it back, it'll actually show up. But I don't know.
So you're saying we have 3 people?
9 people.
9 people?
We got some shy people here. It looks like.
Hello, shy people. Feel free to talk because we have nothing to say most of the time.
Well, we can always get it going. We can just chat, right? You and I. Oh, Googie says hi.
Oh, Googie! Hello!
Googie says hi. Thanks, Googie, for being here. It is 44 degrees. Wow.
Oh,
Sorry
how
to
are
hear
you?
that.
It's been pretty cold here, too.
It has. It got down to like 39 here.
What?
It got down to like 39 degrees the other night.
Where was that?
Here
Hmm.
in Sherman, that was the low. But yeah, if we went to because it was the Chinese New Year, it's the Flaming Horse. We went to a Chinese restaurant yesterday out in wasn't Alhambra, but it was something like that. And when you're driving out, you can see the mountains in the background, and they are just filled with snow. Filled with snow.
My son, his wife took the kids up to Fraser Park to look at the snow,
Mm.
which I was like, why didn't you tell me about it?
Yeah, I would have liked to go. Where is Fraser Park? Where's that?
I don't know.
Oh,
Somewhere where apparently there's snow. I guess it's up in the mountains.
mm. It's been a while. I was just talking to my wife about this. It's been it's 26 degrees in West Michigan. Kay
Ooh.
Barrett. Stay warm.
Hello, Kay Barrett.
Is it snowing or is it just freezing?
I don't know. I've been to Michigan, uh, near Toledo, Ohio. There's a is it Madison? Help me out, Kay.
Madison, Wisconsin?
No, Madison.
Well, there's probably a Madison in
Madison.
every state.
Uh,
Michigan.
Michigan. Madison, Michigan. It's not far from Toledo, Ohio, which apparently they're like really close together.
Why were you in Michigan? Do you
To meet
remember?
my first wife's family,
Oh,
which I have always regretted.
whatever you're scraping, don't scrape it, Sam. You're scraping the microphone or something.
No, I'm on the keyboard. Sorry,
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
that's weird. I've got to get an external mic.
You
No,
must have like a. Where is your mic? Is it on your? No, no, no. I mean like the one you're using now.
on the computer.
Well, why does it? Why does it get all funky when you touch the keyboard?
I have no idea.
That's crazy.
You know
It's
what else is crazy? I, I can't find my backpack. I think it's still in the car from the other day.
That's hilarious. It's sunny and freezing. Kay Barrett says, "Well, you know what? That's the reason I live in LA now. It's
Yeah.
specifically because of that. Because I lived in Nebraska
Oh yeah.
for a long time, and it's just it's brutal in the winter because it's just like to me. If it's gonna be really cold, it might as well snow. But it just didn't do it. So it was just always freaking freezing. Or it would maybe glisten a little bit of like water, and then it would freeze on the street, and then it was just even more miserable. But that's literally why I moved. Well, one of two reasons why I moved to LA. I just couldn't take it anymore.
I had the same choice to make um, because I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I don't think many people are aware of how frickin' cold that area gets of
Oh
Western
yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, it's just miserable.
Yeah.
Uh, so I had a choice. I wanted to up my career, so it was either New York or LA, obviously. And I don't like New York because of my relatives there, and
And the weather.
and the weather. And then I decided, bingo, I'm coming out of here because I already had a buddy here in LA that we stayed with when I first moved out here for a few weeks while we got settled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's kind of that was my thinking too. I actually, well, for me it was going to acting class out here, so that was, of course, it was New York Film Academy. So I did New York Film Academy in LA, but yeah, it was an easy choice for me just because I just wanted the nice weather and etc. And then I had family here, so if things went south quickly, thankfully it only went south slowly, but if it went south quickly, I had something to kind of fall back on, but which I ended up using. I had to go stay with my aunt for a few months while she was here, and thankfully that saved me a little bit. But yeah, if I had
Well,
done
that's
that in New
good.
York, I would have moved probably right back to Omaha.
I hear you, bro.
Well, let's this since nobody's asking any questions, let's ask some questions, Sam.
Oh, let me see what I can dig up here. Here's one for you.
Let's do it.
What is the one thing you refuse to do for viewers or for views? Sorry, even if it would pop.
So, like,
I don't
if
know what that means.
I think I know what it means. Is there something we won't do even if we know it's going to be really big?
Oh, I get it. Um, oh, good question.
It
Oh,
is a good
Googie
question. Googie.
says before moving to San Diego, she was in college in Indiana, PA. Oh, yeah, that's a cold city too, near Pittsburgh. I think I've been there.
There's an Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
People just we're just not very creative nowadays.
I don't know. Was that a township, Googie, or was that a city? I can't remember. But it wasn't far from where I lived.
From far, not that. It's pretty. She said it was near Pittsburgh.
Hmm.
Huh.
The smaller towns around the big cities are called townships.
I
Must.
I can I can tell you I've never been to Pennsylvania.
I
That's
can
why
tell you, you've never been to
I
Pennsylvania.
yeah, it's not something it's ever crossed my mind. Like why go to Pennsylvania? Just is there anything? I mean, Philadelphia maybe.
Well, actually, Pittsburgh is a huge cultural icon
All right.
because it has some of the world's best museums and the Carnegies and the Mellons, the really rich people back in the 1800s, put a lot of money into the city. So Pittsburgh has a world class natural history museum, a regular museum, and like one of the world's best libraries that I
Hmm.
used to study at when I was
I
in
was gonna say
school.
there's no way you've seen that. There's no way you've seen that library.
I was there all the time, believe it or not.
Why would you be at the library all the time? What were you
He,
doing there?
I was, hanging out, looking at books.
Looking at books.
No, I
Uh,
went to do research, believe it or not, for high
okay,
school,
all right.
especially.
I believe you. I believe you.
And
Um,
I loved the museum, the Natural History Museum, and also the History Museum, the regular history,
sure.
because it reminded me so much of Night at the Museum. It was dark, very old, and had huge things like a whole gate from a Roman city, which was like, I don't know, 5 stories tall.
Yeah. That
And
that rem- Yeah. Go ahead.
and so I would stand next to it and just feel very small.
There was something similar when I went to Turkey when or Istanbul. They had the same thing. These museums had like chunks of actual city in there, and
Yeah.
there was one of them was like an archway gate into the city that used to be there, and it was like so like it does transport you back to be like, wow, this is what people thousands and thousands of years ago saw when they were walking through. It was very surreal. But
Oh,
and they did that. There was some of that in England as well. But it's a borough.
yeah, I knew that, Googie, but I forgot that Jimmy Stewart came from Indiana, PA. And yes, I remember now. It is a borough. Thank you for reminding me because I can't remember anything, as you
Borough.
know. Uh,
Boroughs.
so there's boroughs, townships, and cities.
What's a
Uh,
borough? Like a village?
I have no idea. I never understood
I mean, it's
how
just a
that
fancy word for village.
naming. It's got to be very old because
Yeah.
that city is really old. It was named after William Penn, who was a
The famous magician
no, not.
with Teller. Very old.
Sometimes I really am
Hate
not amused by
you
you.
hate me?
No,
uh,
what was I saying? Oh yeah, William Penn was a revolutionary, and he built a fort at the intersection between the Monongahela and the Allegheny rivers to create the Ohio River. All Indian names.
so you were a tour guide at the museum for a while.
Practically.
We never answered the question, by the way.
Oh, the boroughs are independent municipalities.
Municipalities. Yep.
Hey, it's early for me. Remember
It
that,
is.
okay?
Got more. We need more coffee.
Googie knows a lot more about that area than I do.
All right. Is there anything? Let's answer the question. So the question was: is there anything we won't do because we are so we're so honorable,
We're so something
and
around
that we
here.
won't do it for just to get clicks?
Um,
Is there something we won't do?
apparently not, because we've done things that I'm like, why are we doing this? But
But that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. I mean, like, we wouldn't do this otherwise.
Right. Actually, when you think about it, we're I kind of feel like a blind, not blind, but somebody walking around in a completely black room with not knowing where anything is.
Yes.
That's
That
that's our
that's the show.
that is.
I have my gardening people here today, so if you hear like gardening tools,
It's not you.
it's not me. He's just blowing dust in directions away from the house,
Of course, into somebody else's
into
house.
the street and into the cars that are passing by.
I know.
Yeah, I
But
don't. I
what would you
think.
do? What
Well, I
wouldn't you
think.
do?
I think the question actually is the opposite of what we do, because we try everything.
That's true.
I mean, for us, it's we don't do it for clicks. Otherwise, if we did it just for clicks, we wouldn't be doing. And this is no offense to Tori Hollab fans or
Oh,
Angelina Jordan fans or anything
oh.
like that. We
I hope
wouldn't.
they're not here.
No. Well, what I'm saying is we wouldn't have done that ourselves.
Of course
So
not.
because people have told us, you should check it out. We did it, and then even though it didn't do great, we gave it another shot. We're like, you know what? Let's give it another shot and see what it's like. So I think we've expanded pretty well, and I don't think there's anything we do specifically for clicks, or I don't think there's anything that we've denied because of clicks. This
Well,
that doesn't even get into the process of our decision making.
as for me, I'll do pretty much anything, but I won't wear spandex again.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go with the spandex. Nightmares about the
For you
spandex.
guys who don't know, I was a working musician many decades ago, and some idiot in the band I was in, which was like the biggest band in the Washington D.C. area, sorry, Washington Baltimore area,
Hmm.
called Itchy Fingers, which I hated. I hated that name. I'm like, guys, what are you doing? What is this stupid
Wait,
name? Of
didn't
course,
you
they
guys have to?
hired.
Did you have to vote on that?
No, they hired me after they were already
Wow.
established as a pretty big band. Uh,
Well,
so I went in there going, ugh, yeah, what band are you in? Itchy Fingers.
it's your finger. I mean, it's your finger.
but but the drummer who I loved, God, I don't know if he's dead or not. He went back to New Zealand. Uh, he came up with the brilliant idea that we should wear spandex, and you don't do that if you're in certain
You don't do
shape.
that.
No, first of all, he was super. He was short and super skinny, so he looked terrible in spandex.
Plus, he's the drummer. Nobody sees the drummer,
Yeah. Um,
so of
and
course
then
he was up for it.
I bought a pair of spandex pants, put them on, and took them off, and never wore them again. And this is at home, so I was like, I'm not wearing this. How long is that? Anyway, welcome to all you people.
That's
Oh,
right.
this is here. Welcome to all you new guys. We
Hello.
are doing this show at this time for a lot of reasons, but one of my main reasons is to maybe talk more to Ren fans because we love Ren.
Yeah, for us it's been hello Choo Choo. Um,
Oh, Choo Choo?
the one and only gorgeous Choo Choo Express train has pulled into the station. Uh, yeah, I think for us the reason we did it, yeah, just to piggyback that real quick, is because we want to make sure we get to talk to all of our subscribers, people who follow us. Ren in particular is big right now, so obviously there's a big UK base, and we want to make sure we talk to them as well.
Absolutely.
But you guys can certainly, if you have the ability and you're awake, to check out our Wednesday and Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in Los Angeles. But that's up to you guys. But that is the, yes, like Sam said, that is why we're here this morning. That's probably why a lot of people aren't even aware that we're doing this, because we only mentioned it twice last week, briefly on our lives, that we would be doing this. So we didn't send this out to everybody.
Yeah, we're good at that. Not promoting ourselves.
That's right. We, as I've said many times before, we're the cool like hidden like bar that you have to go find. If you know, you know, and that's it. Then you can go.
I have to clean my glasses, which I forgot to do. Bear with me, guys.
Lisa's saying it's nice not to have to pin my eyes open or miss it completely. And you know what? For even when you're awake, you probably got to keep those eyes open. Just because of the, how we are. Pin them open. Subscriber after your Mission Souls reaction. I assume that's what MS means.
Yeah.
Yes, we love Mission Souls. They
blew us away.
Sam was Mr. Excited. If you ever go back and check out our very first reaction to Mission Souls, you'll see Sam at his most energetic that I have ever seen him. Well, that's something to go back and look at.
The first video we looked at was them doing their rendition of Highway Star by Deep Purple, which is one of my favorite bands and absolutely one of my favorite songs. It helped me through early teenagehood, because whenever I got mad at my parents, I'd run into the bedroom, put my headphones on, and blast it like at full volume.
Somebody, Lisa loves your t-shirt, by the way, Sam.
Oh, my t-shirt? Oh, you lost me at hello? That's how I feel sometimes.
That's usually that's like our relationship in one sentence.
I think that's true.
That is true. That is true. All right, let's go to the next question, Sam, until we get another one.
Okay, the next question up for bids is, as soon as I find it.
And feel free, guys, to ask us anything. This is a Q&A after all.
People send in all kinds of questions and strange comments that we love.
Goofy stuff, serious stuff, whatever.
Oh, let me see here. What is the most brutally honest note you'd give to your own last uploads? What is the most brutally honest note you'd give your own last uploads?
Oh, so like now that we see it, like what notes would we give ourselves?
Yeah, mine would be don't do it again.
Mine would be, well, so here's the thing. We do like everybody that does this. We do save you guys from a lot of the and and the
Well, I don't think we do that hard enough, or more emphatically, I should say, because we tend to kind of like everything, despite, because we don't want to piss anybody off, which is, I think we should piss. Well,
maybe that's you. I actually have liked everything.
No, I haven't, as you know.
Well, and that's true. You didn't
but
like
I
bad.
have had to stuff it because, we don't want to offend people.
That's not true. That's not true.
No, every time I make a derogatory comment, you stop the recording and go, "You can't say that." I mean, a negative comment.
No, that's not true.
Like
you didn't like. I know you didn't like Bad Bunny.
No.
No, we've only seen that once.
Yes.
We've only seen one of his. We haven't seen anything else. But we should do a follow-up, just because you can't judge everybody by one song.
Oh, no.
Because you never know.
I'm definitely open. I'm not saying, well, let's not watch another Bad Bunny, although I'd like that. But uh, there are, some bands or acts or singers or whatever that just, you know, turn me off. I'll mention a couple if you wish, but you
I
know who
mean,
they are.
I'm not stopping you, apparently.
Well, you know, I actually kind of like Tori Hullub, but she should try to be herself and not Karen Carpenter, because she does have a decent voice, and maybe take some acting lessons to emote better. She's like waiting for a bus while she's singing. Am I right?
Tori, well, no. So I think that's the opposite. I think Tori is who she is, and I don't think there's a whole lot of. I don't know if there's a big range for her. She's not going to do pop music because of her voice.
No, no, I'm not
She's not
saying
going to
that.
do. She won't be able to. I understand. She sounds like Karen Carpenter, and I think that is who she is now. I don't think she can change that. Now I think Angelina Jordan, because I
Yeah,
know that's where you're going next.
that's right.
For me, they're first of all, they're both extremely talented. I'm not gonna rip on anybody because I'm not a singer. I can't sing that great, but and I don't want to like because there's people like we've discussed. Some people are absolutely in love with these two girls
Oh yeah.
and their careers and their songs and stuff, like absolutely fanatics, and that's great. That's their cup of tea. It's not our cup of tea. It's not something I would listen to on the regular. Angelina Jordan, while I find her extremely talented, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. Now I do appreciate what she brings to the table, and I understand people like that.
Yeah.
It's just not for me.
It's for me. It's their techniques, like Angelina, whatever her name is.
Jordan.
She sings like she has marbles in her mouth, which drives me nuts as a former uh, music engineer and recording um, engineer, and also a former musician. I have always had a really critical ear for certain things. Like, I don't like singers who can't pronounce words properly while they're singing or mumble.
It's a style. It's her style for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It's for her style.
See, you're toning it down.
No, I think that's. I mean, it's her style. It's not my style. I don't like it. It's not a big. It's not something I would say is appealing to me.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm with you. I like somebody that's like I think you can go too far the other way. Christina Aguilera is. I hate going that far back, but she had range. The
yes,
problem is that she showed us that range every 2 seconds she was singing. It was all over the place instead of just singing the song. So for me, like, beautiful voice, has the range, but it's like dial it back a little bit. Dial it back a little bit. Give us something
yeah.
here.
That is sort of reminiscent of Mariah Carey. Yes,
Yeah,
she has an
Mariah's like that.
amazing range, but you want to like keep it for special things and not just do it all the way through your
Yeah,
stuff. Although
yeah,
she's gotten way better at it.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I agree with that.
I love
Um,
her voice though.
yeah, I mean, and again, all of these girls, like Tori has a great voice, but she can only, I think, in my opinion, she can only do like one type of music, and I don't think she could go outside that
No,
just because of how soft and clean and however. And I think you're right with one of the videos that hasn't gone out yet. We did a reaction video where again, she performed it fine, but she didn't look too comfortable in
she
front of
looks
the
very
camera.
uncomfortable.
So, and I don't know what that is, if it's just she wasn't used to that kind of setup or whatever the case may be. But
Oh, Leisha said Mariah and her whistling notes drive
drive
her
me
crazy.
crazy. Yeah. And like Sam said, she's got a beautiful voice. We all know it. It's just Why do you got to do it all the time?
Yeah.
We missed Kay Barrett. Kay Barrett asked, "What does a Hollywood producer do?" That's a good question, Kay Barrett, because
As little as possible if they can get away with
no,
it.
unfortunately, it's everything.
Everything, yes.
I'll tell the real quick story. So TV producers are different than film producers. So because I came up through the TV ranks, if you will, what a TV producer used to do was they would write, do the research, do like the interviews, if there were interviews, um, supervise editors to make sure that they were editing it the way they wanted the story or segment or show to be. It was pretty simple, and but it was hard. But it was, at least that was the focus. Then it kind of kept transforming over the years, and then you had to know how to actually edit. As a producer, you had to learn how to edit. You had to learn how to set up your own camera. You had to set up your own lighting. Before, we had camera guys and lighting guys that did that for you, but then they started downsizing, and we had to do it ourselves.
Yeah, they called them
So
predators,
predators, yep. So
producer
so,
editors. So,
so you
yeah.
had to learn all that stuff, and that included, learning Avid, Adobe Premiere later on, Final Cut Pro. Then you had to learn how to use Photoshop so you could add photos. So I mean, it just kept transforming and transforming and transforming. But producers in television, they literally do everything now, like everything, everything. And that starts from the pre-production to post-production. Now, film producers, there's, it's, I don't know if I could. I would love to be a film producer just to give it a shot, but there's so many things that are different. Like, you got to make sure everybody's happy all the time. You're in charge of the money, so you got to tell people to stop spending, and that includes your emotional director who wants to keep spending. You've got to make sure your cast is happy. You got to make sure the sets are put up in time, on schedule, under budget, and that's constant. Like for a movie, that's constant. So it's always, you've got to be 5 steps ahead, because a director goes from one set to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and everything has to be set up and ready to go for them to hit their schedule. So it's a pressure cooker of a job as a
Yeah,
film producer. And then sometimes you got to come up with, it's all the hobnobbing, and you got to kiss everybody's butt.
it wasn't always this way. Have you guys ever noticed when looking at TV shows or movies, there are like dozens of producers? Sometimes it's just to get points on the receipts, uh, and they're not involved in any way except to get a paycheck, which always grinds my gears.
You're talking about
Uh,
like executive producers?
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of executive producers. I'm like, how many do you need
Yeah.
to do a TV show? And they all get paid, which increases the budget, which
Yeah.
I think is really stupid. Because they literally do not do anything but collect paychecks.
Well, there is.
And that was even more the case back in the day,
Yeah.
like back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, I think. And then it started getting like, we need to get more out of people. So you produce this, but while you're at it, why don't you do that, do this, do that, and get me a cup of coffee?
Yeah, but yeah, probably. Yeah, the executive producers nowadays are generally, when if you were to see a film and the credits have like 15 executive producers, it's usually because those are the money people. And also, it's, you get the honorable credit as being an executive producer if you were, I don't know, the studio head or whatever. They always get an executive producer thing. Steven Spielberg sometimes gets executive producer even if he doesn't do anything on the film because of a deal he made. But that's another thing, is that you make deals through contracts to say, I'll do this, but I want this, 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 and I want an executive producer credit. I want a whatever credit, and then they make those deals. So yeah, it almost loses its meaning anymore. The producer title is just like, there are people on YouTube who call themselves producers, and technically, I suppose that's correct because you're producing something, but it's not what I'm used to hearing as
Right.
what a producer does. So
Well, you've been a professional actually doing broadcast TV,
yeah,
as I did, and films. I want to just take a moment to say hello to Beth. Uh, Thank you for joining us. You're using your daughter's account, I guess.
it's from Jen. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming along. And no, you're never off topic around here because there's no topic. It's
because we're
always
always off topic.
everything's up for grabs.
Yes,
So feel
everything.
free to say or do anything, but try to be nice. Um,
Yeah, try to be nice. Well, Taylor. Well, you said you're a Taylor Swift fan, so we
yeah,
have a
we are
Swift.
too.
We have a Swiftie in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually we just did a Taylor Swift. If you haven't seen it, Beth, go check out our last Taylor Swift reaction. But we've done a lot of Taylor, but unfortunately she doesn't put out a lot of new videos. So we're just kind of waiting for the next one.
Whatever you're doing, stop it.
It's tapping on my computer. Well, it's better than this, which is what I hear from
I'm
you.
going back to bed. I'll see you guys later.
You're welcome. I hope that answered your question, Kay Barrett.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Stay involved. Say
Stay.
something, guys.
I told you about this too, Sam. When when TV Guide, or actually it was Lionsgate at the time, was downsizing because they were going to sell to CBS or Pop or something. I don't remember what it was, but they were downsizing. We had like 5 cuts and of people getting fired, and I was still there. I was still kind of hanging on by a thread. And at that time, I was the only producer on my show. We usually had like 3, and but I was the only one left, and I had 3 supervising producers and 2 executive producers. So 5 people above me, they didn't do they didn't do anything. I did all the work, and guess who they were letting go? They were letting go of all the people who did the work. And I don't know how they made that decision or why they would make that decision,
Save
but
money.
I don't know. How do you save money? Get rid of the top heavy. But I went into
Well,
my
it's always the other way around, bro. You know
I
that.
know that. I know it's the way it's always worked, but I went into my supervising producer's office, and I was working on a show because it was only me, and I said, "Hey, I need to get whatever to make this happen." And he goes, "Oh, no, don't talk to me. Go talk to the other supervising producer." He goes, "I'm literally just doing nothing right now.
I've had that
So go
same
talk to them." But I'm like, "What?"
I've had that same experience where there's like I'll give you an example. I was mixing a movie for Paramount when I did audio mixing.
Yeah.
Um, it was called The Latin Kings of Comedy. Uh,
I kind of remember that actually.
yeah, it's one of those African American kings of comedy, all that
Yeah, yeah,
sort
yeah.
of.
Like, yeah, yeah.
And whenever it was time to listen down to a reel or watch it and listen to the audio,
Hmm.
the room, which look is like a theater. It's basically like a movie theater, okay, and it's got a bunch of chairs behind you, and people come and watch what you've done to see if they can approve it or not. But
Yes.
on that particular movie and on a lot of others too, there was
Hmm.
like 8 or 9 producers,
Yeah.
and whenever I had a discussion with them, they didn't have a clue what they were doing.
Yeah.
So, which kind of used to irritate me because they'd make really stupid comments about something you did, and you have to go through the basic history of how music or sound or dialogue is mixed, edited, and smoothed out. And you have to
Yeah.
tell them what you're doing so
Yeah.
that they understand their comment means nothing.
And you have to tell them in layman's terms, so it's like
Yeah.
explaining it to an 8-year-old. Yeah, because they don't know. You're right. Uh, Lisa asks, "Who's the most famous person you've worked with and love them, but also someone you'd never work with again?"
No, I have a couple of those.
Um,
Daryl Hannah for me is one
you
of
did,
them.
you liked her or didn't like her?
Oh, I love her. She was very charming, but she was also drunk off her ass
Yeah,
and wouldn't stop napping on the couch, wasting our budget of at that time. That this was in like the mid '90s. That room was $650 an hour.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, and
yeah,
and it was not just me. It was me and some interns and all these people trying to get her off the couch. And then finally, I had lost it with her, and I'm like, okay, if you don't do this now, I'm shutting it down because we can't afford all this money
yeah,
just on your napping.
yeah.
So she dragged herself up, staggered to the microphone. True story. Staggered to the microphone. They have a little one of those high things you sit on,
Uh,
like a stool, a
yeah,
tall stool,
yeah,
and then the mic was in front of you. And then there's a movie screen where the stuff you're working on, the scene you're working on, and have to record the dialogue for
yeah.
to replace what you had. Uh, that's what ADR is. ADR means automatic dialogue replacement.
Yes.
What does automatic mean in that sound? Nothing.
No, there's
There's
nothing
nothing
automatic.
automatic about it.
No.
So I always thought, well, why the hell they name it this? Anyway, getting back to that, I'm going. This is going to be a train wreck. I can't even watch this.
Yeah.
So we do the thing where they have three beeps, beep, 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 talk. You know, and she shocked the hell out of me because she nailed every line perfectly the first time.
It's because she got a nap in.
No, she was still drunk. And I'm going, how are you doing that?
That's the only way she functions.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, yeah, and then
So
she
you
beat
would
me
say,
up with a pillow. So,
oh, that's, yeah, I remember that story. So Daryl Hannah is the one you wouldn't work with. I would say the one I wouldn't work with. Well, there's a couple, but one guy's not big enough. We were doing a pilot show for him, and I was producing it, and we had some people who were in our graphics department have create like some funny like photos and stuff, like Batman with like a gag ball in his mouth. It was to support a joke that he was telling, and I told we had the graphics department do it, and then they brought it back up, and I gave it to him, and he was like, "These are horrible. Does nobody in this room understand comedy?" And then he looked over at me and he goes, "What the hell, man?" He goes, "Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what this show is?" Like he was just laying into me.
oh, they do that. Yes.
And I'm like, "Who are you again?" Like this is a nobody. Like he was kind of a nobody, and he was trying to be big. So I get why he was. If he didn't like it, I get you're being frustrated, but you don't. That's not how you get a job done. So I flat out told him, I said, "Look, I'm not going to work with you anymore." I go,
Good for
I'm
you.
out I'm out of here. And then I didn't lose my job or anything like that. They just said, "Yeah, just go do something else," because they understood he was an a-hole. But Mira Sorvino as far as like a big person, she was probably the worst one to work with because she came in, she was super tired. She didn't want to be there. We were doing like an hour long interview with her. I had a camera going literally since like right before she came in, and it's to get like behind the scenes kind of stuff. And she got a little upset that the camera was on as she was putting like her last touches, and I'm like, "Oh no, this is just for like behind the scenes. We won't show you in a bad light or anything like that. Don't worry about it. This is actually supposed to be like a style star type, this is a celebration of you." So she was just so worried about it, she couldn't let it go. And I was like, "Oh god." I'm like, "I thought you were such a sweet person," and she just kept. And she didn't want to, like I said, her attitude was she didn't want to be there. So when we were asking questions, she was just very short and didn't do anything. And I'm like, you're, and she was trying to get back into the limelight, and I'm like, this is not how you do this. This is not. And I felt bad for her agent who was there, her publicist who was there, and I actually we had a mutual friend, and we were just chatting. I just ended up chatting with him pretty much the entire time.
I had
But
a
it was horrible.
similar issue with a guy named Ray Liotta. He was in
Oh yeah, Ray Liotta.
Goodfellas, and
Yeah.
worked on that movie. But he came in to do his ADR, and I don't know how he did it. He made me feel like I was an inch tall, and he was looking down at me, like, like I was the night cleaner or something, And I'm like, I'm supposed to direct you, bro,
Yeah.
but I didn't say that because I was afraid of him.
I
He
mean,
looked
it's Ray
angry.
Liotta. It's Ray Liotta. You know, he's a gangster usually in every film he plays, or he's
Yeah,
usually like the bad guy.
I couldn't wait for him to leave.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
actually loved him as an actor, though.
yeah, no, as an actor, he was brilliant.
Yeah.
Uh, I think he passed away though, right?
Yes, he
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a couple questions here. Why don't you run them up the flagpole?
Well, so real quick, we answered the people we didn't like. The person I like the most, and this is, I would say William Shatner was probably my favorite because he was so charming and he was just. We've said this a million times before, but he was just so charming and wonderful
Hmm.
to work with. Rob Lowe was pretty nice. He was good to work with. Keegan Michael Key, he used to come in all the time. He and I would just chit chat and have a laugh, and he was great. He worked on a lot of shows that I produced, and those are like, so I mean, but there was so many good ones. There's so many good ones, thankfully. I never really had a horrible experience except for the one I described earlier, but
Yeah,
he was a
well,
nobody.
Shatner was,
Yeah.
same thing. I got the pleasure to work with him, but he scared the crap out of me. Should I tell that real quick?
Sure.
Well,
Why not?
well, I know I've said it, I've told it before, but I always found it very
We'll
funny.
just do the elevator version then.
The elevator version is I was running a studio in Studio City, and I was alone in the building, and the door opened with the chime, and I'm like, "Who's that?" I don't know, and I kept working in the office, and there's a knock at the door of the office, and I turn around, and it's William Shatner,
Yeah.
and I literally go, as I'm falling backwards off the chair, this, because he was like an idol of mine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I was falling back and go, William Shatner, what are you doing here? I fell back.
What did he
Uh,
say?
he said, "Oh, can I just get in a little recording real quick?" I'm like, "Of course you can." And then the whole
Uh,
time I kept calling him Mr. Shatner, and he kept going, "Call me Bill,"
oh, well,
all the
that's,
time.
and it's funny you say that because that's, so I'm going to tell my story real quick then.
Go.
So when we did the interview with him, we had this beautiful host who would do our interviews for us, and she was drop dead gorgeous. And so she was doing the interview with William Shatner, and she's like, "Well, Mr. Shatner," he goes, "Call me Bill." She's like, "Okay, Bill, let's go over your body of work." And he's like, "Well, I'd like to go over your body of work." And then she's like, "Oh, Bill." And then he's like, looks at me and he goes, back in the day, uh, whenever I'd say something like that, girls would be like, "Oh, Bill," like, "Ooh." And now they're like, "Oh, Bill." He's like, "Don't get old. Don't get old." But he was super charming and self-deprecating. It was very charming.
It was so cool. He knew I was nervous as hell,
Yeah.
and he kept trying to calm me down, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
So what's the rest of this?
All right.
What
Well,
was the
well.
other?
So Ren, not Ren. Have you ever worked on a project that you totally regret? One, one that I totally regret.
Yes.
Um, and it was for Sci-Fi Network. We were producing a show that had a Batman theme, and so we put this thing together, and we went in, and like Sam had said earlier, you usually have a bunch of other executives that come in and have to watch it and give their 2 cents on everything. And so we showed it, and at the end there was basically were like, do you have any questions or any notes? And there was one person in the room of like 15 people. This woman, she was like maybe 29 years old, and she was an executive, and she goes, I don't get it. And I'm like, what don't you get? And she goes, what is Gotham? Why do you keep saying Gotham? And I said, do you know who Batman is, right? she's like, well, I know who Batman is. And I said, he's in Gotham. That's where all of it takes place. That's
the name of the city.
It's the same as, yeah, it's the city. She's like, yeah, can we call it New York or something? Because I don't think people are going to understand that. I said, this is a Batman show. Batman fans are going to come to this, and they're going to understand Gotham. Like, who do you think we're showing this to? And she just goes, well, I just don't get it. She goes, I think we need to change it to New York. And guess what we had to do?
Don't tell me.
We changed it to New York.
Yeah, there's one.
So now we have a stupid show about Batman running around fighting crime in New York, apparently. So
what? Couldn't anybody override her?
No,
anybody with sense?
Nobody said any. No, I don't know if anybody cared enough. I think there were probably some people going, "What?" And I fought it. I kept fighting it, and they just said, "Just change it to New York and just get it done." And I'm like, "Okay."
I have a similar. What was it? Oh yes, I was. Still in audio. I was mixing a movie for one of the networks. It was a network movie, and it was directed by Albert Magnoli, who was Prince's manager, which I think is why he got the gig at directing something.
Sure.
And we got along great. And he loved my ideas. It's a science fiction, and so there was a scene where the hero and the bad guy have a fight in a huge area where the shuttlecraft is the shuttlecraft bay, and they're in spacesuits and they're floating around. They're punching and hitting and everything, and we're going, I don't like these effects. And I said, hey, why don't we do a Kubrick on this? He goes, what do you mean? I said, let's take all the sound out and just leave the breathing in. Okay? And he goes, oh, that would be cool. So we did, and it was perfect. It worked perfectly for this movie.
Yeah.
Then the execs came in.
Yeah.
And the first thing the head of the project said was, what is this? Where are my sound effects? And I said, we went a different way. We went the Kubrick way, something like
the realistic way.
The realistic way,
yeah.
Where all you hear is the breathing and the struggling with the fight in their voices. And he's like, put it all back. And so we had to undo a week and a half of work, so that we can make this jerk happy. Yep. And I'm like, ugh. Yep. And then it looked like a stupid low budget movie.
Yeah.
Which it ended up basically turning out to be.
Yeah.
But we had another question from.
Well, Choo Choo has is there a movie you wish was made into an animated series? A movie that was made into an animated series. Well, first I'd have to think of one that required the open creative of world of animation, because usually it has to be like, usually what you would do animation because you have these worlds that you just can't create in real life. So what worlds, what movie was so bad that I think required, that I wish would have been an animated film? I don't know. That's a really good question. Terminator would be cool, but I think they actually did that. I think they did some Terminator animated stuff. Matrix they've done as well, and
that's a very hard question, actually, because they for quite a while now they can pretty much do anything they want in live action in a movie.
Back to the Future. That would be cool if they could continue the journey and they would go to different times.
That would be cool. Yeah.
like a Saturday morning cartoon back in the
But it
day.
would have to be voiced by the real people.
Yeah, or close, at least get close enough. But yeah, I mean, if I was making it back in the 80s, oh yeah, you get the original, of course.
Yeah.
But I like Star Trek was a perfect example of why you do animated animation, because they did the animated series for Star Trek, all the original voices, stuff like
Yes.
that, where you can't create those alien worlds.
The stories for that series were written by top science fiction authors. I mean, people like Harlan Ellison, um, some other people I can't remember right now. But the animation, the name of the company was Filmation, and the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
animation on it was so horrible and stiff that it was the only thing that redeemed that was the story and the acting, and even the
Yeah.
acting was rigid.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I,
what's
I
the
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. Hey,
Yeah.
I watched every episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I love anything Star Trek. I'm in, but I just didn't like the production company at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
Cheapskates.
but I get why they did it, because it was cheaper to create these alien worlds, and you could really like do up like the space, like fighting and things like that.
But they could have done it in another way, like the way they did Johnny Quest, which I
Oh, I
loved,
love Johnny
and
Quest.
Space Ghost. Remember that one?
Space, of course.
Yeah,
Uh, but I think Back to the Future would have been my. I think that's my answer.
that's a good choice.
Yeah.
I have no choice.
That's the story. That's my motto. I have no choice. Question: What director did you like working with, and which one not so much? Also, who would you have wanted to work with? This is easy for me.
Go ahead.
Um, the one I didn't like working with was Mario Van Peebles.
Well, I know that story. That's funny.
Because I had, this is what I was acting, and it was for a, well, real quick backstory. His father, when he was young, his father had to make a living. He wanted to be a Hollywood director, his father, and but he couldn't because they weren't letting African Americans direct any big films. So he was doing like snuff films, porn films, things that he could actually do, that they allowed him to do. So Mario Van Peebles was making a movie about his dad, and one of the scenes that I had to be in was this porn scene that his dad was directing, and it was classy. This is just a regular movie, but it was, think of Boogie Nights. It was kind of like that. So I just happened to be one of the guys who was I was holding a boom over the scene,
What's a
and yes,
boom?
they were a boom a microphone,
I
and
know.
but there were they were really naked people, so everybody was like heavily vetted for this thing. I had like the greased back hair. I literally, they put me in a white tank top. I totally look like a scurvball. So I'm holding this mic as part of the scene, and something happened. He said action, and then they were doing their thing, and then there was a loud noise, and Mario Van Peebles looks over and he goes, "Who made that noise?" He's looking at me, and I'm like looking around like what? I don't know. Like, and he's still looking at me. He goes, no more noise." He goes, "You're out of here." And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I hope he's not talking to me. Does action again, another noise, looks back at me, and he goes, "What did I just say?" He goes, "You're killing our time here." He goes, "If you can't handle this, give it to somebody else." And I'm like, "It's not me. It's not me." And he just would not believe me. And it was this freaking 17-year-old kid. He looked like he was 17. He was probably like 30, but he looked like he was 17 years old. I'm like, it's him, and he's just like ducking in the back, just hiding. And so my experience from that point on with Mario Van Peebles was stay out of his way, stay out of eye contact, don't just uh, disappear if you can. But unfortunately, I was holding this mic the whole time, and your arms get really like
Oh, I
tired
know.
after a
I've
while.
done that. Yeah.
But it was horrible. It was one of my worst experiences.
But didn't
Go ahead.
he find out who really did it?
No,
I thought you said he did.
no,
That must be a different story. I
no,
don't know. Okay,
no.
that's
Not
too
that I
bad.
remember. Maybe he did, but I don't remember. But I just remember I hated him.
Oh, Lisa says that there was a animated game of Back to the Future. I vaguely remember that.
Well, there was a bunch of games, certainly, for Back to
Hmm?
the Future. I own a couple of them back here somewhere. Um, but yeah, they're horrible games. They're horrible games.
Uh,
Well, who did you do? You have a director you hated working with?
hey, Olive, how you doing? I just wanted to say hi to somebody here. Thanks for joining us, and don't go away so fast. Uh,
Who do you
uh,
have a do you have one you liked or hated?
who did I live working with?
Like working with, love working with.
Oh, okay. No, I'm kidding. I was just joking there. Okay, that was comedy for you
Okay.
guys who don't know.
Who
I'll shut up and just talk.
is there anybody that was horrible, or were you lucky and you've worked with just wonderful people?
Most of them were wonderful.
Yeah.
Um, like I can't remember his name. One of the Happy Days cast became a director. Um, I
Are
can't
you
remember.
are you talking about Richie Cunningham?
No, not no, not him.
I mean, he's a director. He's the only one I could think of.
No, one of his buddies
Hmm.
became a director. Anyway, he was a
Potsy?
huh?
Was it Potsy?
I don't know. I can't remember. This was a very long time ago, um, and he was just the sweetest guy. But as far as somebody who I didn't like working with,
Ron Howard. Yeah, that's what Lisa's saying.
no, I didn't. He was fine. No. uh, that's a hard one for me because I tend to block the memory of horrible people that
Hmm.
I've had to deal with. But there have been, I can't off the top of my head think about um, who it was and
Yeah.
what the situation was. But there were some. I just remember the fact that I was like, "Get me out of here! This person is." I can't. I don't know where. Or, this is weird. I remember what happened. I just don't remember who it was with or what I was doing. But
Uh,
I was working on something, and the director kept making me do something over and over again with the same exact result. And I'm like, okay,
yeah.
this is a definition of insanity here. Uh, so we just burning time, and I don't remember how it turned out, but I remember I'm like, I don't want to work with this guy again.
Yeah.
So
My favorite was probably Nancy Myers on Something's Gotta Give. I was, again, this is my acting days. As a TV producer, you generally don't work with like big time directors or anything like that. Would have been great. But Nancy Myers, when I was acting, I loved her because obviously it was with Jack was in it, and Diane Keaton was in it, and I got chosen as a principal by her to be a part of this scene. So I was. This is why I loved her and why I love this movie so much, is I was at the bar in this really nice restaurant, and the camera was started on me, and it followed me all the way across until I got to Jack and Diana eating at a restaurant at their table. And so I was just kind of like the movement they needed to get to scene. And it was like really made my day. It actually made me feel like a real actor for once. And it's because of Nancy Myers. Because they usually, when you're on set and you're just a background player,
ignore you.
well, usually like an AD or somebody will come up and say, hey, we need somebody to do, either throw a line out, or do like what I just described, be a principal, do something where you're gonna walk or whatever, be a part of the scene, and everybody's just like, ooh, ooh, me, 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 me. But Nancy just chose. She just goes, can you grab him and bring him over? And I was like, oh, thank you. And then they give you a SAG card, and that's part of, like, you have to get 3 of those to become a SAG member, a working actor, because a lot of films you can't act on it unless you're a SAG member
Yeah,
at the time.
nothing like that happened to me. I was doing a favor for Andy uh,
Andy,
Jimenez.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. For a
Uh,
friend of ours, he's a director, camera guy, producer. Yeah.
he said, I need somebody to video assist on this pilot I'm working on. He was actually acting in it,
Yeah.
along with his girlfriend.
Yep.
And I, I basically I was the video assist guy. What that does is that you record on video what they're doing, the scene, and then they will get to watch it back to make sure it's okay,
Yeah.
in instantly instead of waiting for the film to be developed back in those days. But um, so it's near the end. It's been a very long, like 16-hour day with a lot of stupid stuff going on, like redoing scenes that got worse and worse and worse
Uh,
as they got redone.
yeah.
And I'm like, this director's an idiot.
Mm.
so, so um, I'm getting ready to leave, and they go, okay, we have one more thing to do, but we need people. And he points at me and he goes, I need you to come over here. So I'm like, oh brother, I went over there.
Your first acting gig.
It was first and only. Uh, I said, yeah, what can I do for you? He goes, okay, we're gonna uh, shoot this couple talking at this table in the restaurant, and you're gonna walk by.
Okay.
You're going to walk by, and halfway across, you're going to look over your shoulder at like something because it's you're supposed to hear like somebody dropping dishes or something,
Right.
and then you react, and then you leave. And that's
Yeah.
it. That was the whole thing. I couldn't do it.
You couldn't react.
It's really weird when the camera was on me. I couldn't walk straight. We had to do it 10 times.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, this is not professional of me. What am I doing here?
Sam, I just need you to walk, okay? Action. I forgot how to walk.
I was shaking, man. Anyway, that was a very unpleasant event.
Uh,
I still am angry with Andy, but
well, he gave you a shot. You weren't up to the task.
Googie got it right. Anson Williams.
Anson Williams.
He was a really super nice guy.
Ren says, I thought they did a Back to the Future cartoon, maybe in the 90s. If they did, I never saw it. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's see here.
Well, while you're doing that, let's take a look at Choo Choo's question. If you had 3 months of off work, sorry, all expenses paid as well, where would you go?
All expenses paid?
3 months off, all expenses paid. I guess like a vacation. Um, back in the day before it became too dangerous, I would have gone to Europe, but
Hmm.
not anymore.
I'd go to
uh,
Europe.
yeah,
Depends on where in Europe you're going.
yeah, I guess it does, but there's a lot of weird things going on there. But where would I go?
All expenses paid. I'd go to Tokyo.
Oh,
All
yeah,
expenses paid.
Tokyo.
'Cause
I'd
that would,
do the Pacific Rim tour. Korea,
yeah, go down to South
Japan,
Korea,
Philippines, of course.
Philippines. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm dying to go to the Philippines because the
Uh,
people are so wonderful.
and Australia would be kind of fun too.
Of course.
And New Zealand. But all expenses paid. Probably Australia or Tokyo is probably got to be the most expensive, right?
Yeah. Speaking of New Zealand, they do not want us Americans to go to move
Yeah.
there because I knew a guy who moved there to work in film because
They have a
thanks
big
to
film. Yeah.
thanks to Peter Jackson,
Jackson. Yeah.
they became a huge film place to go, a mecca, if you will.
Sure.
And they don't want anybody in there except their own people.
I get it. I get it. It's beautiful right now, and you don't want to, anybody from the outside coming in and ruining this kind of culture you've already cultivated. I mean, I get why they would say it, but that's going to be impossible
Well,
to.
this guy I knew who used to work with us, a TV guide, um, he was he had married a girl from New Zealand
Hmm.
and moved there, and I think that was enough for him to get in the business.
Yeah.
And I've never heard from him again.
By the way, Back to the Future was a cartoon. I'm looking
Hmm.
at it, and that's crazy. Didn't last very long, but it was right after the third part, and it takes part in that time frame. So we're the train back in the past, old west kind of thing. It's very interesting.
Oh, Maureen said Tahiti. Of course. Who wouldn't want to go there? In fact, I'll go there with you, Maureen.
That was my dad's, like, he wanted to, that's where he wanted to retire. That's all I heard when we were kids. He goes, I'm going to retire to Tahiti. Never
Yeah,
did.
we should go before it's washed away.
Yeah, how much, like, where is Tahiti anyway? Where is that?
I don't know. It's somewhere in the Pacific.
Well, it's a good
Did I
guess, I
narrow
think.
it down enough?
It's in the Pacific somewhere. French Polynesian. Hmm.
Yeah, it was a French colony, right? Uh, Ren not Ren. What's the grin about?
Probably because he was right about the Back to the Future,
Oh, okay, cool. That's
or
cool.
something else. Who knows? Who knows what
No,
it could be?
I think you're right.
Um. All right. Do we have any other? What have we answered everything from a question? Ren's. Oh, here we go. Question. In Ren's money game video, I think they did something like 143 takes to get his one take. Is there an insane amount of takes you remember on any given movie? No. Or TV show? No. To make it feel like one shot, or are you just saying like a scene that just took forever? They just kept redoing it, redoing it, redoing it, redoing it. Either way, I would say no. I've not experienced anything quite like that. Luckily, my because that usually happens in film. Even though I know that this was in Ren's video, I've never been in a music video either. Have you ever done anything with music videos, Sam?
A little bit, nothing to mention, but
Hmm.
I I don't know if 20 or 25 takes counts. That was, I think, my biggest use of time,
Yeah, I mean, I'm,
waste of time.
it's usually like, yeah, somewhere between there. I do remember Clint Eastwood is like famous for doing one takes, like just one take,
I
and
like.
that's all he'd give you. He goes, "All right, we're moving on," and then
There's one person that he broke that rule with,
who?
and that is Jim Carrey.
When did
It,
he? When did he direct Jim Carrey?
there was a movie he directed in the '80s with and Jim Carrey was in it. It was called Deadpool.
Oh, it was part of the Dirty Harry type stuff.
I think so.
Because I know Jim Carrey is a huge Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry fan.
Fan, yeah. So, um, of course, Jim Carrey was like bouncing off the walls and
Well,
just
yeah,
being his early self of being crazy all the time.
yeah.
And he was playing a drug addicted rock star. And
Oh my gosh, I think I remember this.
okay, so what happened was Clint Eastwood just looked at him like and shook his head and goes, "All right, let's just run the cameras and let him go."
Let him go.
And they
And
did.
that's basically how you let Jim Carrey work.
That's right.
Best note
I
ever.
love that story.
Yeah. Back to the Future, by the way, it says adapted into an animated series that aired for 2 seasons on CBS back in 1991 and 1992. The show featured 26 episodes by Amblin Entertainment. Wow.
Amblin, wow.
Even Amblin got into that. Well, I mean, it's their property, I suppose. So yeah, it makes sense.
So
Huh.
Clint Eastwood is 94.
Yeah. Thank you,
Wow.
Lisa, for looking that up, all the details. And thank you, Ren Not Ren, for saying, hey, didn't they already do that?
Google is Lisa's friend. That's really nice.
If you can change your whole name, what would your name be? Choo Choo asks. Ooh. Hmm.
I'll go.
Sure. Let's hear it.
I would call myself Sean Connery.
Yeah. Do you want to fill those shoes?
I want to be shaken, not stirred. I don't
Uh,
know. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of names I could be. You could just
Well,
make up a name. What would your
like
made up name be?
William. Let's see here. William Nimoy or Leonard Shatner.
I think you'd be pigeonholed into to certain roles and things you could do, but yeah, I don't know. I actually it's funny because my son because he's got the Leonardo Tommaso, he kind of falls into the Leonardo DiCaprio uh, realm of names. And I remember Leonardo DiCaprio was told to change his name because they
And he
didn't want it to
refused.
sound so ethnic, and he said, "No, I'm not doing that."
Yeah, good for him.
And wasn't it Martin Sheen did the same thing? He it was Estevez,
Estevez. You
and he
can
changed it
change
to
it.
Martin Sheen because they told him it sounds too ethnic. I don't know if that rule still fits Hollywood today. I don't know if it matters what your last name or
No,
first name
because
would be, but
there's some tongue twisted names out there today that you go, how did they get away with using that name?
yeah, like
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson is a great name. Timothy
Brett,
Chalamet, like I mean, those are great names.
um, the woman who tanked the Star Trek Discovery, the lead actress, I forget her name, but it had a lot of syllables. Um, so Ren Not Ren says his name would be whispered quietly.
Whispered quietly. I like
Hey,
that.
look, we
Oh,
have a visitor
you
back
got some animals in the back there. He's loud. What does he want?
He wants attention. What else does he want? Where are you? Back. Oh, he's back
So,
behind me.
Ren. I love Hitchcock's. Oh wait, so yeah, that was our what's our favorite Hitchcock film?
That's easy. Go ahead.
Well, I would go with your like Psycho. To me, it was great.
Psycho was good, but I think to
Birds is
me
good.
one movie that hit me a lot harder was North by Northwest. Uh, a brilliant film. I've seen documentaries about how they made it. It was incredible.
Well, I've never seen Whispered Quietly, not Whispered Quietly.
What's it say?
um, Marnie.
Oh, what a beautiful movie! Yeah, that
Never
was a
seen
very
that.
good movie. Not typical for Hitchcock.
What was it? What was it about?
Um, well, I'll let.
It's a psychological thriller, of course.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll have to go
So,
check that
Maureen,
out.
why don't you give us a rundown of what it's about? Because I actually don't remember right now.
I
But I
have it
know I
right here.
loved it.
Marnie is a 1964 American psychological thriller film. The plot is Margaret Marnie Edgar, posing under the identity Marion Holland, flees with nearly $10,000 that she stole from a company safe of her employer. Oh, wait, I did see this. I have
Okay,
seen this.
go ahead.
He's the head of the tax consulting company where Marnie had. Yes, I watched this. This was a great movie, actually. I
Oh,
didn't know it was called Marnie. Holy cow.
Birds gave Ren Not Ren nightmares. Me too.
Yeah, Birds was great.
Great movie.
My dad made me watch that when I was a kid,
Uh,
and
so,
it gave me
so Alfie
nightmares.
says Marty was the best film in 1955. Now, is that the one with um, Ernest Borgnine? If that is, I don't know. That wasn't a Hitchcock film, was it?
Marnie was 1964
It
with
says,
Sean Connery
oh,
and Tippi Hedren.
so we have a different name. Okay, Tippi Hedren. Yeah, Hitchcock was obsessed with her.
I mean, she's
And not in a good way.
she's an interesting. I don't know much of her work, but Tippi Hedren and Sean Connery, yeah, Ernest Borgnine. I like Ernest Borgnine.
He was brilliant. That movie always made me cry.
Which one?
Marty.
Marnie?
Yep.
Well, at least we know why you want to change your name to Sean Connery. So obviously you were influenced heavily by that film.
I was influenced heavily by the 007 movies, of which I still feel he was the only best one, best person, except for George, whose name I can't remember. What's the last name? The first one.
The very first
F-
Bond.
yeah, his name was George something. Somebody help me
Harrison.
out.
Harrison, that's it.
Not George Harrison. Get out of here.
Hold on. Googie liked Suspicion. Hitchcock's Suspicion, 1941, with Cary Grant and Joan Fontaine.
Oh,
I haven't seen that one either.
oh, I didn't know this. Tippi Hedren is. I'm having a brain freeze here. Is the mother of Melanie Griffith. I can see the resemblance now. Thank you for that,
Oh,
Al.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Breakfast Club and Back to the Future among the great films of 1985.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Actually, I
Yeah.
thought the 80s was one of the best decades for movies, too.
Oh, it
You
was
had
great.
everything from really like artsy stuff to like cheesy action.
Yeah.
Best decade for movies, I thought.
A lot of really good movies, like 2010. Um, some other movie. Oh, I can't. I can't-
2010 was great. Yeah, 2001.
Ridley Scott's Blade Runner.
Oh, Blade Runner. Was that in 89? Was that in the 80s?
I thought it was.
It probably is.
Look it up. You're right there.
All right. You're right there. I mean, it had to be. Yeah, it probably was like late 80s, right?
No, I thought it was early 80s,
Mid-
like 82.
Mid to late. Um. Oh, it was 82. You're right.
Yeah, of course I
82.
was.
I thought it was after Return of the Jedi, which was 1983. So I thought it was like 85 or something at least.
Mm.
Oh, favorite line from a movie. Sorry, Maureen. She's asking, what's her favorite line from a movie? Favorite line from a movie.
I got one.
All right, let's hear it.
Jack Nicholson
Oh my gosh. I
in the first and best Batman movie.
oh.
Wait till they get a load of me. I love that line.
Jack again.
Hmm?
But this one, and I can't remember what movie it was. It was with Helen Hunt, where he's very like ADD about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a germaphobe. I can't remember the name of it. Why that's escaping me. It's another Nancy Myers, I believe. But he said to Helen Hunt he didn't want her to go because he said, "You make me want to be a better man."
Ooh, that's a good line.
Yeah,
I got to try that with my wife.
it doesn't work. I've tried
No.
it. It doesn't work. With your wife, I tried it with your wife. It didn't work.
It doesn't work with me either. So.
Yeah, Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson, Dakota's parents. I adored Don Johnson in my. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Maureen, again with another good one. Here's
Frankly,
looking
my
at you,
dear, I
kid.
don't give a damn.
Oh, that. And here's looking at you, kid.
Oh yeah, of course. There's so many good ones.
Hey,
There's
Bad
so
Wolf,
many
hi.
ones.
Didn't know you were there. Thanks
Yeah,
for
frankly,
joining us.
frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
That was
I'm
a
walking
really-
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was improvised too.
Yeah, that's true.
He almost
was
got
not
hit by a
supposed-
car.
He did a taxi, and he hit the taxi hood and go, "Hey, I'm walking here."
Yeah,
That was improvised, including the hit, and the taxi cab driver wasn't
Yeah.
aware they were shooting.
exactly. Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't like Nash Bridges. I wasn't a big Nash Bridges fan. I couldn't get into it.
hmm,
But I did love Miami Vice. I don't think you liked Miami Vice though, did you, Sam?
no, I just liked the music.
Yeah, the music was good.
Hans Zimmer, I believe.
Was it? Miami Vice?
Yeah, well, let's see.
I mean,
here.
they used a lot of pop songs at the time.
Of course.
That was their shtick.
Well, that was the big hit for Phil Collins.
Yeah. In the air
Had
tonight.
a big hit there. I can't remember.
In the air tonight.
That's right.
All right. Do you have any other questions, Sam, that we can look at?
Hold on, I'm trying to do something else.
Oh. Who you looking up
Yep, Jan Hammer.
for the Miami Vice
Theme,
like theme?
theme music. Yeah. Well, he's written a lot of TV stuff and movies.
Yo, Adrian. That's a good one.
Yo, Adrian.
I did it. That's the best. Yo,
Speaking
Adrian, I did it is the best.
Speaking of people I really enjoyed working with, was the woman who played Adrian, uh,
Hmm.
Talia Shire. She was so sweet.
She seems sweet.
Hmm.
And she was in the Godfather too.
That's right. What were
Yeah,
you
good
gonna
as
say?
as good as it gets. Thank you, Choo Choo.
Ah, yes. Choo
As good
Choo
as it gets.
in
Yeah.
with another hit. All right. Let me
Uh,
find those questions here. What did I do?
Hans Zimmer, yeah, Hans. You know, he's brilliant. I just watched a behind the scenes with Hans Zimmer, and he's just brilliant. He can play just about every instrument.
That's true.
It's insane how talented this guy is.
Oh, this is an
Oh,
interesting question. Hmm?
Beth is Beth Beth here. She has to say I'm Beth every time
Yeah,
because she's using her daughter's handle.
I know.
I love
We know
Hans
who you
Zimmer.
are, Beth.
We got you, Beth. We
And
got you.
thank you so much for being here. Uh, Here's a question that I don't know the answer to. What is the one producer trick that instantly makes a reaction feel premium, like a premium effect or something?
Oh well, I have one, but I want to do it real quick. Myrna Googie says Myrna Loy in The Thin Man. Waiter, will you serve the nuts? Oh, I mean, will you serve the guests the nuts?
Oh, don't get me started on Tin Man movies.
That reminds me of like what was it, European Vacation, where the stewardess in the airplane comes up to Chevy Chase and goes, "Would you like something to drink?" And he goes, "I'll have a Coke." She goes, "Would you like it in a can?" He goes, looks back at the restroom, and he goes, "No, here's fine."
Myrna Loy, God, I had such a crush on her from when I was a child. Watching the reruns of the Thin Man movies, she was so charming. And of course, William Powell is one of my favorite comic actors of all time. He
Hmm.
was the Thin Man, and it was just the subtlety and the hilarious situations were brilliant.
Yeah.
It it should be a lot bigger than people should watch it to learn how to make a really good movie.
Myrna Loy looks like a classic Hollywood
Oh, she was
actress. Classic.
beautiful. Oh my God.
Let's see. What was the question again? What's the producer trick?
What's
I got one. I
that'll
got
make
one.
a
We use this
reaction?
we use this a lot, especially when you do like reality TV and it's not really real,
Yeah.
and you want it to sound real. You just always roll and act like you're not rolling, and then you just have them kind of do their scene, whatever it is they got to do. Because when people know the film, when the camera's rolling, they turn into somebody different.
That's true. I
They're not
did.
very real. Exactly.
I
Sam forgot how
froze.
to walk. So yeah, the trick is to always have the cameras rolling, and then pretend like you're like for me. I always just said, "All right, let's just run this one more time before we roll," and then they were always themselves, and that was usually the best take. It's usually the best take. That's one producer trick that I always used.
There are a lot, but I think the king of producer tricks would have to be Kubrick. When he did Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Relax and Love the Bomb, I forgot how.
Yeah, it was a long title.
Yeah, but that movie was as intense as it was because of how he treated the actors. He did a lot of things to piss them off, basically. And the other thing is he told two actors, George C. Scott and Slim Pickens, that it was a totally serious movie and to do their best serious acting.
That's smart.
Of course. Now, he would roll the cameras when George C. Scott was practicing his lines, and he would just say, "Hey, just a little bit more over the top." And
Yeah.
so he did it, and it was freaking hilarious. So he used those practice is in the movie, and and Scott blew his top. He's like, he never worked with Kubrick again. He said, I'll never work with him again.
Too
Same
many
thing with
tricks.
Slim Pickens. He told Slim Pickens, this is a real war movie. You're a B 52 pilot and you're about to drop a nuke on a Russian base. And so Slim Pickens acted exactly like he would be a real actor doing a real serious war
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
But again, they took the practice versions and used them, including at the end where he rides the bomb down and he's going Yahoo! That was not supposed to be in the movie.
I mean, it's a little wild. It's a little wild.
Yeah, well, he was brilliant, but he pissed off a lot of actors.
Well, I mean, he didn't care. It was all about the product.
It's all about
The
what
finished
he wanted.
product. Yep. Choo Choo has. Well, actually, I want real quick one last tip that I would always give to anybody that I'm filming, and if I had a scene going, is you always tell them to go over the top, because the camera takes away about 50% of your personality. So you really do have to act over the top. I mean, look at Sam right now. He's working on about 5% personality because he's got like 5 cameras on him.
Okay.
We're only seeing one, but at any rate. So you got to be over the top, and because you can always be pulled back, it's harder to push someone to go further. So first take is, even if you feel goofy, do it goofy. Do it goofy. But just really give me like over the top. Yell it if you have to. And then you pull them back. That's a trick. Not a trick, but that's just a way to do it.
That's hilarious, Alfie. Kubrick would have made me walk straight but backwards.
Yeah, that's true.
That is some funny stuff right there.
Marine's saying, you looking at me? You looking at me? Of
You
course.
looking at me?
Question from Choo Choo. You want to read that?
Question. Name 3 persons in history you would want to be part of your team during a zombie apocalypse. Where'd that go? Oh, yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Charles Bronson.
Yes.
And
Adrian.
I was gonna say maybe Sylvester Stallone. They were like the big action guys back in the 80s, and
Well, I think
he has the record. I think Sylvester Stallone still owns the record for most people killed in a movie that he killed in a movie. And it was the movie Cobra.
I saw that movie. It was a bloodbath, but it was so over the top. It was funny.
If like, I hated it at the time, but yes, if you go watch that movie now, it's wonderful because it's so bad. I love it. But yeah,
And Schwarzenegger, I think he really would be able to hold his own.
I think so.
Yes.
I think so.
Come on, get out of there. There's a bomb in there.
I'll take him.
There's a bomb in there.
Get back
All
to
right.
the carpet. Yeah, Charles Bronson was like just bad. He was just
He
a bad
was
man.
amazing. He was amazing. I loved him. My sister does an amazing rendition of him from her favorite Twilight Zone episode, where he played a soldier after a nuclear war, walking through a deserted city, and then he meets a soldier from the other side who's a woman, which was played by Montgomery. What's her name? The Bewitched lady. Elizabeth Montgomery. Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, so he says some things, and my sister just nails it. It's hilarious.
Charles Bronson. She does a good Charles Bronson.
The way he speaks was like almost exaggerated in this show.
Mhm.
Yul Brynner, Rock Hudson, and who else? Clint. They would all be good. Yeah.
Hans Zimmer did do The Rock, Felipe.
Yeah.
Yep. I like The Rock. That was pretty good. Walking is hard when I have to act like I am walking. Yep, it's true. It's true.
Read the Googie latest comment.
Well, I want to make sure I don't skip all these other ones.
Oh, yeah.
So Maureen wants to know what documentary we like.
Ooh, it's a hard one. There's a lot of good ones.
A documentary that I like. It's been a
Well,
while. I'm gonna be
There's
honest.
one documentary that really affected me, and it was very, very difficult to work on. I actually worked on it. It was a Steven Spielberg documentary called Shoah, which was a predecessor to Schindler's List, but
Mm,
it was a documentary about what really happened. And I couldn't get through a session working on it without, crying my eyes out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do like I love watching History Channel and
Hmm.
all those like World War II
You
documentaries.
mean the original ones where they weren't faked like the ones now?
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. The ones with like real footage and things, and I mean, I really, it's they're just I don't know. I like real stories. I just like real stories, as tragic as they are.
Mm.
But there's always something good that came out of it. Like there was a Shining, like somebody helped somebody, and against all odds and things like that. But yeah, I just
There was a part in that movie that I really broke up about, and that was how the non-Jews of Europe, a lot of them did everything they could to protect their Jewish neighbors.
hmm
And same thing with a perfect example is Anne Frank. Unfortunately, they did get caught at the end and
yeah.
taken
I
the.
mean, well, here real quick, Ren not Ren saying Chuck Norris. Ooh, Chuck would have been good back in the day. He's a little old now. I mean, I suppose they all are pretty old now, but
Yeah, no, but
Chuck
back in their height,
Bruce. I mean, why not just choose Bruce Lee at that point?
Bruce Lee, yeah,
I mean,
I'd choose him over whatever his name is.
over Chuck.
Chuck, yeah.
Googie says my zombie team Ma Dong Seok from Train to Busan. I've never seen that. Fought zombies with no guns. If you hate zombie movies, Train to Busan is for you. If you hate zombie movies, it's for you. Everyone ends up in tears. Great character development. Well, I mean, I'd love that. I actually do like zombie movies.
Yeah,
Have you watched The Band? The last? No, I did not, and I know that that's pretty good.
I
I've
saw that
heard
in the
it's good.
theater. I saw it. It was very good. Another movie that really surprised me was
Oh wait, hold on. Ken Burns' The Civil War. That one just came out, I think. Right, Maureen?
no, he did the Civil War years ago.
Did he? Because Ken Burns just came out with a new one recently, like within the last year.
I think
And
he
I
did
can't remember
one
what it was,
years ago,
but Ken
yeah,
Burns does
he's
some good
brilliant.
stuff.
He's brilliant.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Sam.
I forgot.
Oh, sorry. Uh,
Wait, I remember. Just real quick,
sure.
I was forced by my son to go see World War Z,
Oh yeah.
and that movie was so over the top and bad. It was like, let's spend as much money as we can making artificial zombies so that they can climb walls like a swarm of ants. And it was so big and so over the top that I was like, what am I watching? What is this BS?
I didn't read the books, so I couldn't tell you if that was a like a decision made by the studio or what. But I actually thought it was interesting and different.
The director would be responsible.
Yeah. I mean, somebody has to okay that though.
Yeah, well, I just thought
But it did make it interesting.
uh, it was totally unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What I think makes a good a zombie movie is something that's on the cusp of actually being really believable.
Sure. American
Like 28
Rev.
Days Later, that was a beautiful
hmm
movie.
hmm
Scared the crap out of me.
Let's see. When was the American Revolution one came out? That came out. You're right. Good job. That was it.
Yeah, the Civil War came out, I think, what was it, in the 80s or
American Revolution. Maureen's right.
90s?
I
Marines
don't
always
remember.
right.
Disney does have a documentary on John Williams. I have not seen that yet, but I would like to check that out for sure.
Oh, well, good. I'll check it out right away.
I don't have a lot of time to watch stuff because
Well,
we're
what am I talking about?
usually too busy.
I'm chained to editing desk.
Although I did watch all of Fallout, which was amazing.
That's a great show.
Season 2 is even better than the first, and I loved the first season. And then I just finished Wonder Man on Disney,
Haven't
which
gotten to that one
which
yet.
was fantastic, by the way. And only because it's very actor centric. I kind of like I went through what he was going through, not quite because he was successful, but I wasn't successful. But it just reminds me, and it was all shot here in LA, which was also a nice like breath of fresh air. So it was kind of cool to see it all. Um, all right, where are we at? We're about 140. Should we do one more question, Sam?
140, you mean 1140?
No, it's been an hour and 40 minutes, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Let's do one more question that you have there.
Oh, I'm running out of those. Let me see what I can dig up here.
Disney on a deadline on History Channel. Disneyland on a deadline? What? Why is it on a deadline?
Like a production deadline?
Like it's running out of money or
Here's a question. What is one edit you do that viewers never notice, but the watch time always rewards you?
oh.
That's a hard one.
Watch time rewards us. The watch time doesn't reward us very much. I think what we do
People
I
get
think
fed
of-
up.
yeah, I think for us the way that we do it, because you guys know this, we had excuse me, we usually watch the video straight through without really saying a whole lot, and that's because you guys wanted us to do it that way. And I think it does help because you get to soak it all in, and then you get to regurgitate what you just saw afterwards instead of
The problem
messing
is
with it.
getting the problem is trying to get people to stay with during the questions at the end.
well. So I think it's
Analysis.
I think it's the other way around. I think people only go check out our. So I think this hurts our watch time, if you will, because they skip the video. They've already seen the video. They already know what the song is. They want to see somebody react to it.
That's
I think-
a possibility. Yeah.
So I think they just want to see what we say about it. And so I think that hurts our. Like, I don't think we take into consideration, like, how do we keep our watch time high? Because I think it's okay. It's not like, you know, it's not like the best watch time, but it's not a horrible watch time. I think we're average. We're
Yeah.
about where we're at, where
Yeah,
everybody else
actually,
is.
we're slightly above average. This is the last time I looked at the stats.
Yeah.
But Casey Dawn is here and says that, oh man, she was late. And I'm like, yeah, you were, and you shall be punished later.
That's right, by having to listen to us now. So consider yourself lucky. Sam is wearing his Steelers hat. Sam is wearing a Steelers hat. Scott, the Cowboys fan, says,
Oh,
"You are wearing a Steelers hat." Yeah, I saw that earlier, and I was a little offended, but whatever.
live with it. Live with it.
I almost wore my. I was gonna wear my Dallas hat today, and I decided not to.
Well, as far as Steelers are concerned, that's an emotional thing. I always go down with the ship.
I go down with the ship. I've been going down with my ship for 30 years now. 30 years without a championship.
Although 5 Super Bowls does make things a little easier for me to palate.
The 5 Super Bowls does make it easy for me to palate as well.
Or is it 6? I think it's 6 for
We
me.
have 5. I think you guys have 5.
Now we have 6.
I think it's 5.
Look that up, Joe.
All right, Joe. How many Super Bowls do the crappy Steelers have?
All right, don't be a jerk.
Well, why isn't it? You stinky. Six, you're right.
How about that?
Probably 3 of those were given to you, but whatever. Oh, that's right. You beat the Cardinals. I remember that Cardinals game. Cardinals should have won that game.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, Burrow. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Should have.
But
Uh,
didn't, did they?
we did miss a question here.
Yes.
What gift would you want to give yourself?
That is a really bad question for me.
Honestly, if I just had $1 million laying around, my life would be completely different. Would be changed. I'd have a really like dudded up. Sam and I would be we'd be at our own studio.
That's right. Yes, we would.
Sam would be late, of course, but I would be there at least at the studio preparing and because I care about you guys. And then Sam would walk in and goes backwards, of course, because he forgot how to walk. He would walk in backwards, and then he'd sit down and go, "What are we doing today?" And then I'd hit roll, and then you get what you see.
Pretty much.
I don't know. Actually, what gift would you give yourself, Sam? Money's
yeah.
too easy.
Uh, First of all, Maureen says that Ren wore a Cowboys jacket. Remember in the Screech video?
Oh, I made sure because he wore a Cowboys jacket and a Nebraska jacket,
That's right.
which is my college team.
Yay.
So he wore two. He again. I think we're connected somehow. Ren and I are connected
Yeah, sure.
because he's got the Nebraska Cornhuskers coat and then he wore the Dallas Cowboys coat in the same video that I was reacting to. Those are my 2 teams.
Those are
sorry.
the fan gifts you sent him.
Probably. I would have. You can't find those jackets anymore. They're like straight out of the 90s. I'm still wondering where he got those jackets because those are old school. What gift would you give yourself, Sam?
The happiness of my loved ones.
Oh.
I'm serious because I always put everybody else in first except for you. But
Do you go to like Apple store for that? Do they have that at Apple?
no, but if they have something at Apple, I probably would buy it. But
I would too. I would too.
no, I'm serious. I don't. Yeah, I only buy things for myself that I need, like equipment or stuff like that. There, but yeah, it's hard. I'd rather have my loved ones be happier. I just beam inside when I see like one of my grandkids or my son or my daughter-in-law. She flipped out over her birthday gift last month, and I was like so happy. It made me cry.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's me.
That's different than the $1 million I said.
Oh, Casey Don
making
is
me look
here for
bad.
everything. Okay, here he comes.
She's here for it. I mean, I told you you'd be punished. You'd have to listen to us now.
Hmm.
Yeah, 30 years. 30 years, Alfie. Crazy.
40. I like the 49ers.
I hate the 49ers and I'm so sorry for that. But as you know, you probably hate the Cowboys because it's such a heated rivalry.
Of course.
Um,
I also,
this-
believe it or not, I love the Green Bay Packers.
oh, I hate
For
the
some
Green Bay
weird
Packers.
reason. I think it was because when I was a kid, I had one of those football games where the figures are vibrated as they move around. You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And the one of the teams was the Green Bay Packers, and I always used was
The
that
Packers.
was the team I chose.
See, I always got the ones that had Dallas versus Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yes. That's
Yes,
that's all
they
they
made
sold.
one?
Yes.
Wow, I missed that somehow.
Yeah. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman. Yes, of course. And Roger Craig just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'm super excited about that. I have to say, I was really disappointed when both Tom Rathman and Roger Craig went to the 49ers. Because I'm like, you're taking our best players from Nebraska and they're going to one of my most hated teams. What am I going to do when we have to play them? And it was tough every time we played the Niners and Roger Craig's running wild. Tom Rathman's running wild and knocking people over. It ticked me off.
Maureen just watched our Centane interview.
Oh,
What did
yeah.
you think of it? Be honest. We want the brutal truth.
She's from Norway. Actually, if any of you are interested in what it takes, this is really important. If any of you are really interested in what it takes to be a successful like YouTuber, if you want to be one yourself, these creators on creator interviews that Sam and I do, and they're just going to keep getting bigger as we keep going. But
More victims.
more, but we're going to get bigger and bigger ones as we keep moving forward. But I think it's so fascinating to learn how they did it, what it takes to be a successful YouTuber. Thank you, Maureen. And I just love, especially when you find someone like Centane. She does movie reactions, and I think she's also does like video game reactions, etc. But she's from Norway, and
What did
so
I think originally? You remember?
no, but I love her. I love finding people who have a different like view on the world and how they see it. It's so fascinating to me.
Yeah,
And
we're
she's really not that much different when you think about it.
no, but we are so focused on ourselves as a country, it makes me sick. And the rest of the world, they're all looking at us like, what the hell is going on with you? So let me see
Okay.
here. Uh, Alfie says the Niners love Aaron Rodgers because they always beat the Green Bay Packers with them. The Steelers, not so much. I think he's gone after this.
Yeah, he might not be there.
I think he's
As
too old.
Liza or Lisa, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but as a Brit, although I know the teams, all this is going over my head. I was actually going to say we should probably stop talking about American football because I'm not sure how many people here actually are watching American football. But look, we're all about learning something new, so maybe you learn something new. If you ever want to interview a not famous person, I'm available. You know what, Maureen? Here's what we would love to do. We would love to invite you onto the show.
Yeah.
Have you be one of our, so it's just Sam and I, our two pictures. Let's put a third one up there with you on it next time.
Or if you want, we'll put a still up of you.
And we'll just have a chat with you with us.
That would
You
be
can
fun.
answer all the questions we got to answer.
Actually, that goes for everybody, especially our dear
Yeah.
friends who always show up.
And
like,
any Cowboys or Husker fans out there.
Yeah.
No Steelers fans.
So Alfie says that she likes the fact that we, or he, I don't remember, that we use Riverside.
Yeah, I think well, a lot of people use what is it, StreamYard, and we have the year-long subscription, so
We're stuck.
whether we want to or not, we've got Riverside. But yeah, it just allows us to talk to you guys, which is what really the whole point of getting it. So, but thank you very much.
Put up Maureen's latest comment.
Maureen's latest one. You ever want? I already said this one. We already talked about it.
I don't remember she's available.
I said let's make you the third person.
Well, you know what you're dealing with.
And she's saying, really? And I said, of course.
Do a Zoom podcast with your fans, says Alfie.
Is that better?
I don't know.
Because we could actually invite everybody, a lot of people, I believe, to. Well, no. So we'd have to do a webinar. But you're right. Zoom. We could just do a Zoom and just have everybody on.
Beth
true.
is still announcing who she is.
Beth here. I vote Maureen. All right. So she's saying get Maureen on. And Maureen's saying, yeah, do the Zoom and chat on the podcast. Yeah.
All right, send us your schedule.
Not to be crude, but the Brits call American football rugby for pussies.
Oh, really?
That's because you've never played football.
I'll tell
American
you what.
football.
Why don't you put a rugby team up against
Oh no,
a
you don't want
a
to. No,
football team?
rugby team wins every time.
No, I don't think so.
They don't wear pads.
I know. That's why they wouldn't win. Uh,
I would never. I knew a guy who played rugby out here. He was a big Polynesian guy, and he actually went over to Hong Kong and taught people how to play rugby.
oh,
But he
cool.
was a big dude, and he played American football here. He was my roommate for a very short period of time, but we would do pickup football games when I was in my 20s, and he would always single me out. He was like 300 pounds and ran like a cat, and he would always pick me. He'd always pick me, and he would destroy me. I'm pretty sure I've got things that are misplaced because of him over the years, but he was a rugby player, and that's what made him so good.
Choo Choo thinks that Maureen and Love and Life would be great additions to the live stream. I agree, and you too, Choo Choo.
And you too, Choo Choo. Yeah, what? Yeah, of course. I do it because it makes my family laugh. And then she said Beth again.
I love your sense of humor, babe.
Why do you guys like the Jaguars? The Jaguars? Nobody here likes the Jaguars. The biggest divas in sport are definitely soccer players.
Oh yeah,
100%.
yeah.
100%. Maybe tennis players. Maybe some tennis players as well.
Boxers too.
Divas? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, some of them for sure.
Well, the classic ones, like Muhammad Ali and all those guys from that era.
You'd say he was a diva?
Oh yeah. Well,
I
he
just, I
floated
just
like a
love.
butterfly and stung like a bee.
He was the best.
Yeah, he was the best.
He was the best. I loved
It's
him.
it's. I remember as a kid watching him fight and just knowing that any minute now he's going to end this,
Yes.
and he did.
Yes. Yes. Any more BTS reactions coming? BTS, we love BTS. I'm actually, while we're on the subject, so all of our stuff that we have to do is basically later. She can't show her face online. It's not at 3 a.m. or it's 3 a.m. or almost 4 a.m. there.
How come we're never on when Choo Choo is
Yeah,
had her best?
you know what? I think she said 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. when we were doing our 6 o'clock one too.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
very very
Very suspicious.
fishy.
Uh, what the heck was I saying? Oh, BTS. We were talking about BTS.
BTS.
So all the BTS stuff we have to do is basically their older stuff until, of course, the new stuff comes out, which I think I heard now is April. But I know that Sam and I are going to get together for the Netflix live, right, Sam?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're gonna have to sign into your Netflix because I don't have Netflix.
Yes, ma'am.
Then we got to figure out how we're gonna set that up.
Yes, ma'am.
But we're gonna plan on doing that. But yes, we do it. We'll be doing more BTS for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Is the album out yet?
No,
Or are they
so I
just
said it's
trickling out
not
stuff?
until like April.
Okay, I thought it was March, but okay.
Right, it
So
keeps getting pushed
Jay
back.
Marsick says, "How do you feel about the new Indiana Bears?" Same as I did about the old Indiana Bears.
Oh my gosh, I did hear about that recently. That the Chicago Bears are possibly moving to Indiana.
They should. I don't think their fans are up to staying with them anymore.
Well, they had a great year this last year.
Hmm.
They had a great year. They almost made
March.
it.
Oh, there's. I don't know how to pronounce this, but
Lisa
Love
or
20,
Liza?
Lover 77 says March is the release date. March 20th says Leisha.
Yeah, March 20th. Lisa, yes. So late March. I mean, we're excited about that because I want to see a new video from them so we can do those. Because Sam and I have when we found BTS, they were apart, so we've never seen them together with their any new stuff.
Yeah, they were doing their national service.
Yeah, so we are super excited to see them get back, but yeah, March. I think Blackpink is going to come out in March or April as well.
Yeah,
They keep
I,
pushing
I,
theirs back.
I don't know why, but
All
I
right,
thought it was going to be January originally.
Well, Blackpink, I think it was supposed to be last year.
Really?
Yeah. And then they
Didn't-
pushed it to like December, and then they pushed it to January, and then now it's like they just keep pushing it back.
I can't wait to see Lisa again.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have any recommendations of old BTS ones we should do, we're all ears. Let us know for sure. All right, that puts it. We are exactly at 2 hours, Sam. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call it a day today. We appreciate everybody for coming out. This is our first Monday 10 a.m. podcast. We appreciate everybody who was able to come today and chat. And we'll be doing it every Monday. So, if this is the best time for you, come back every Monday. If it's 6 hours or 8 hours from now on a Wednesday or Thursday works better for you, or Wednesday or Friday works better for you, then check that out. Or check them all out if you can.
So Casey Don, always remember to be here on time because we'd love to have you.
Casey Don?
We'd love to be had. I don't
Who's Casey Don?
know. One of our late comers.
Oh, I didn't see it. Casey Don.
Yeah, way back. Or am I getting that name?
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. I've never seen that. Who's your bias? Real quick. Who's your bias for BTS? Sam.
I don't have a bias. I like them all.
That's so political. Sam just can't think of a name right now. So I'm going to go with, it used to be Jimin. It used to be Jimin for me, but I really liked Jin's solo projects.
Actually, Jimin would probably be the closest to somebody I would have my go-to.
But yeah, I'd say Jin for me now.
Cassie Don is sure that she will make it on time next time.
All right. You should
Thank
watch Run BTS. I think is Run BTS like their online stuff that they did? I can't remember.
What, Lisa? What is OT7? What does that mean?
I am out. I love them equally. Oh, I don't know. OT7. I don't know. That's when I said pick a time for us to come check us out, to hang out with us.
Yeah,
But-
Jay Marshak, thank you. We had fun with you too.
Yeah, it
And
was
say
fun.
hi to Beth for us.
That is Beth.
I know, that's why I said that. Let's stop ruining my jokes, man.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Before you go, if you could, hit that like button and leave any comments if you want us to react to something specific as well. And we'll see you on Wednesday. And before we go, I got to do it. Here it goes, I think. Only because it gets cut off at the beginning. I don't know why yet. See y'all.